We are in it. Okay, so all the test runs are done. The vamps can't cut us out no more. We have a baby recorder, which is recording us on the backup. So we are live in the building. It's actually picking up all the backstage, so I can even do some, like, VIP backstage editions. But we did 11 shows, Golden and Golden Debate shows, which you could check out on earlymorningmob.com, by the way. And they kept getting cut off, but mostly not recording, so they were just live. And that's definitely not Goesh.
Get that mac and cheese.
So let's get it in.
Deserves the
Two songs in the building. He has to go to work double shift. It's Saturday. Let's get it in. Golden Show. Had to spend some of that gold, but hopefully Baby Recorder is making these Vamp Slayer. What up? Stumbling out the gate, but we're going to pick it up. It's been a while since we did a show like that, and it's been a while.
Science. Get that mac and cheese.
Let's get into the conspiracy theories that have been proven fact. I don't like how number one they had wrestling though. That's not really a comparison. Kind of makes all the other ones a little favorite.
Military inspiring political fear and populace. A classic theory, this one proved to be true when John F. Kennedy went haywire on the Joint Chiefs of Staff for planning to cause insane mayhem throughout America. Some say this was why he was eventually assassinated. Number 24. Heart attack guns exist. It's real and was disclosed by the CIA in 1975. It fires a bullet made of ice and dipped in shellfish toxin, which immediately induces a heart attack. Number 23. The FBI is conspiring against civil activists. Known as COINTELPRO, this was the FBI's anti-activist program. It targeted numerous groups such as the Black Panthers and the NAACP. Number 22,
Science.
Mockingbird is a branch of the CIA.
Science.
Basically, the CIA's secret paramilitary branch, reporter David Bruce uncovered its footprints and stated
Basically,
that
we're doing the
50%
live
of
show and
international
we're doing the
politics in
side
last
show all at
century
the
was
same
influenced
time
by it.
as it's backed
Number
up.
21.
So I hope
Fascists
these vamps
plan
don't
to
record it because I'm
overthrow
just
the
going to
US
upload it anyway.
Okay, it doesn't sound too far-fetched. And it
Get that
wasn't.
mac and cheese.
General Smedley Butler testified before Congress about how he had been approached with just such a plan. Number 20. The Gulf of Tonkin incident never really happened. Long considered a cover-up by the CIA, we now know it was the NSA that dropped the ball, and the incident that the United States used to spark the Vietnam War was only partially true. Number 19. The FBI poisoned alcohol during Prohibition. As far-fetched as it may seem, the FBI did try to dissuade people from drinking. Number 18. The CIA pays for false testimony. People like Naira al-Saba, who testified in court against Iraqi soldiers, were proven to be paid off by the CIA and even given acting classes. Number 17. Asbestos is dangerous. People long thought that asbestos companies were covering up its dangers. In the 90s, however, the truth came out and their worst fears were confirmed. Number 16. ATMs use facial recognition technology. Although we can't say they're on the market yet, security firm Google did recently come out with just such a contraption. Number 15. There's cancer in your vaccines. The CDC admitted that tens of millions of Americans received a contaminated polio vaccine infected with cancer-inducing SV40. Number 14. Texas is going to run out of water.
You can hear I think a little test on the other
reports, in recent
baby
years,
recorder. I'm still figuring out everything. We got a mixer now. We have two condenser mics, and we have a baby recorder. So this is all new equipment. The USB mics are put to the side.
Embarrassment for the liberal
I guess that's the important part.
Long denied, recently, the Department of Health and Human Services are proposing a change to drinking water due to factors such as streaking on children's teeth. Number 11. Cell phones cause cancer. It sounds ridiculous, but some studies show that using a phone even half an hour a day can increase brain tumors over the long run. Number 10. The NSA is tapping your phone lines. Thanks to Edward Snowden and his recent disclosures, we now know this is true. Number 9. Scientists use millions of genetically modified animals in research. Just in the UK last year, nearly 2 million genetically modified animals were experimented on. Number 8. The government is conspiring against opponents of genetically modified food. According to a report released by the largest news outlet in Germany, several governments are waging cyber war against groups opposing genetically modified food. Number 7. Scientists are creating human-animal hybrids. Although talking goats are still on the horizon, human and animal genes have successfully been mixed. Number 6. The World Series was rigged. Although lots of games get thrown, the 1919 World Series was probably the biggest scandal of them all. 8 players from the Chicago White Sox ended up in court. Number 5, CIA tried to develop a mind control. Whether it was successful or not is another story, but Project MKUltra was a real program run by the CIA to develop mind control. Number 4, the U.S. is secretly...
On the 17th of September, a 34-year-old Greek rapper named Pavlos Fyssas was stabbed to death while watching a game of football at a cafe.
There's other guys up there, looks like, I don't know! This don't make no sense to everybody.
A 45-year-old man has since been arrested in conjunction with Fyssas' death and admitted to the murder. The man said he killed the left-wing hip-hop artist in the name of Golden Dawn, a far-right political party with a
science. That mac and cheese, everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
And whose
I know everything's coming in pretty decent, pretty interesting, if you will.
The party is widely seen as a neo-Nazi movement, though this is
However,
something it officially denies. But despite all this, Golden Dawn is no fringe group, having sprung out of pretty much nowhere at the 2012 parliamentary elections.
Not going to let us record. We've been live on the Spreaker the last couple of shows. It just doesn't record.
And are currently the fastest growing party in Greece. They even have an office in New York and an outpost in Australia. And before Pavlos Fyssas' death, polls suggested it was Greece's third strongest party. Golden Dawn has denied any involvement in the rapper's death, but that hasn't stopped an outpouring of anger against the party at all levels of Greek society. The day after Fyssas was killed, Greek police raided the party's office in Athens, uncovering an axe, shotgun cartridges, and shields. Thousands of people took to the street in protest.
Shut up already! It's just
and now, the Greek government is cracking down on Golden Dawn with an investigation of over 30 criminal cases linked to the party's politicians. Golden Dawn was founded back in 1985 by this man, Nikolaos Mitsopoliakos. Mitsopoliakos still leads the party today, and in 2012 publicly denied the Holocaust. But in the past few years,
get that mac and cheese. Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
Popularity dramatically.
Hopefully they'll just record it and this will just be a safety precaution.
The party ran a campaign playing to widespread concerns about unemployment and the economy, and praying on fears
those likes, comments, shares, and downloads could be up though anyway. Even when we have those shows.
Golden Dawn went on to win 18 of the 300 parliamentary seats up for grabs. And one of those seats went to the MP Georgios Germinis. Just 3 months after the election, a video went viral in Greece that showed a group of men wearing the Golden Dawn uniform of black t-shirts and combat trousers marching through a market led by Germinis and demanding that dark-skinned merchants. At one stage, the men can be seen destroying
your headphones are right there
and scattering the merchandise.
We also now have.
Another incident involved the Golden Dawn MP
like, comment, share, and download.
Meeting Golden Dawn members as they walk through another market, kicking over stands of produce. But such raids are mild compared to other incidents that Golden Dawn has been linked to. In May 2013, 8 Golden Dawn supporters reportedly attacked 4 Egyptians in Athens with batons and chains, while in a separate incident, a Pakistani man was brutally beaten by at least a dozen members of Golden Dawn while on the Athens metro. And in June 2013, 2 Golden Dawn MPs were arrested, along with Urania Mitsopoliakos, the daughter of the party's leader, over an assault on a Pakistani man who ended up in hospital. Worryingly, there appears to be widespread support for Golden Dawn amongst the Greek police force. A survey carried out during the 2012 national election.
for me, James. You wrote a really interesting profile of him.
He is. I mean, he's someone who has been underestimated. Since he came into power in 2000, he puts on this sort of Western suits, and he has that.
In 9 minutes and 59 minutes live.
People just
so
think
it's about a minute extra, and
he keeps surprising.
Speaker let us on.
He's really, a master propagandist. He's very, very shrewd, and he's utterly cynical about this process. I mean,
it's not the best quality. We get the product done.
We play a game, but we don't take it seriously.
Let's listen really briefly to something he said to Charlie Rose, just a bit of that interview from this week.
Called cut their legs to prevent the patient from the gangrene if you have to. We don't call him.
Governor Jerry Brown announced today that he will sign a bill authorizing illegal immigrants to obtain driver's licenses. California would be the 10th state to take that step. The state assembly also passed a bill last night that allows undocumented immigrants to become practicing lawyers.
They needed doctors at their arraignment.
And pretrial services recommends that bail remain as presently set.
Go ahead and take a 10-minute recess.
When it looked like they could get 25 years to life in prison just for skimming a casino, sick or no fucking sick, you knew people were going to get clipped. So the day of the arraignment, they had this meeting right in the back of the courthouse. See, when something like this happens, you know how things are going to work out. It's always better with no witnesses. So what about Andy?
He went to him. Stone's a good kid. Stand-up guy just like his own man. That's the way I see it.
George Clooney is a spy. There's a sentence that needs a bit of qualification. What he does is he pays for a satellite. George Clooney is a spy. And there's a sentence that needs a bit of qualification. What he does is he pays for a satellite that spies on Sudan. Its government has been accused of serious crimes against the people of South Sudan, which became an independent state a couple of years ago. And Mr. Clooney has been campaigning to stop that.
A stranger taking a shortcut through the backyard next door might have broken into your neighbor's home. Report him.
A strange car parked illegally might be loaded with stolen goods waiting to make a getaway. Report it.
That loud fight next door might be the start of a violent crime. Report it.
If you see a prowler at night, don't frighten him away by turning on a light. Report him.
Remember, by helping us apprehend a criminal, you make sure that you're not his next
Be interesting if they don't record it.
I guess you can sum it up
and we have to upload it.
What's that?
Get involved.
Yeah.
A man who calls himself a citizen. A man
It's pretty interesting.
no better
I have to put it out.
That man is Elmo Gonif, self-proclaimed pacifist turned
and forced him
terrorist.
to flee his homeland.
And other members
Thrown
of the
into a sea of
Gonif Peace
uncertainty,
Coalition
Snowden
are
has
wanted in connection
temporarily
with the
anchored
council
himself
bombing.
here in Russia, which is
hey,
now
citizen,
his place
you can
of
help.
refuge and also
Know your
sort
neighbors?
of a prison.
A stranger in Moscow. He says he never planned to come. Once a servant to the world's biggest power, he's now running from it after leaking some of its big secrets. Edward Snowden, a hero to some and a traitor to others. A man with no passport and nowhere to return to.
To secure our core interests in the region. We will confront external aggression against our allies and partners, as we did in the Gulf War.
Back in the day.
We will ensure the free flow of energy from the region to the world. Although America is steadily reducing our own dependence on imported oil, the world still depends on the region's energy supply. And a severe disruption could destabilize the entire global economy.
Oh, my God. It will throw it out.
We will dismantle the terrorist networks that threaten our people.
Compelled to the data.
Wherever possible, we will build the capacity of our partners, respect the sovereignty of nations, and work to address the root causes of terror. But when it's necessary to defend the United States against terrorist attack, we will take direct action. And finally, we will not tolerate the development or use of weapons of mass destruction. Just as we consider the use of chemical weapons in Syria to be a threat to our own national security, we reject the development of nuclear weapons that could trigger a nuclear arms race in the region and undermine the global non-proliferation regime.
and holleration as well. And
now, to say that these are America's core interests is not to say that they are our only interests.
What did you say the other day? That was very
it is
interesting.
in
Something
our
about that show,
interests
Democracy
to
Now!
see a Middle East and North Africa that is peaceful and prosperous.
Damn, you fucked it up.
And we'll continue to promote
a bicycle ride along the New England coastline turned tragic after a car hit 4 cyclists, killing 2 of them. The crash happened this morning on a 2-lane bridge in Hampton, New Hampshire. 2 women from Massachusetts were killed. 2 other riders were hurt. Investigators say a 20-year-old woman was driving southbound and crossed into the northbound lane for some reason, hitting the cyclist. Authorities have not said whether the driver will be charged.
Someone thought they heard the word gun and shouted the word, which caused a panic. Police say there was never a gun, but some nearby businesses went into lockdown.
So we locked down our doors, and it was a little scary at first, but then when we saw people kind of leisurely hanging out outside,
we have to get some levels up, but I think it's us.
Realized it wasn't as
so open
big
minds, not empty ones.
a threat as we thought it was.
Officers say the whole thing started after a man urinated on a teenager in the back of the theater. The teen's parents did not press charges.
Erupted on campus at Olympic College in Bremerton for an active shooter training exercise on Friday. Over 300 first responders and actors went through the drill.
We have multiple law enforcement agencies who have responded, along with several fire and rescue units.
In the scenario, a gunman is loose on the campus. Law enforcement has to take him down, while emergency crews tend to the victims.
Sadly, in the reality of the world we live in today, this is a real possibility, and we just want to make sure everybody has a clear, simple plan of action.
Local law enforcement agencies, Kitsap County Fire Districts, Harrison Medical Center, the Washington State Youth Academy, and Kitsap County Emergency Management all took part in the training. While some people living nearby were startled to see the huge response, those involved say nothing makes them better prepared than live training.
Don't record my show so I can put the unedited version up, because that should be better.
This is an exercise that has been planned.
But if people like comment, share, download, and holler,
so if something like this ever happens for real, they can get their jobs done faster, saving lives.
Damn, I broke it. Now I'm not paying attention because there's too many clips.
President Obama did not draw the red line. Humanity drew it.
I just told the people there's too many levels and stuff to watch, so it's all good. It's all gravy.
I have no doubt
At least I'm the baby recorder. And you know the Vamps ain't recording us. They love wasting our time. Not anymore.
He was against it. During the election, he was
deserves their mac and cheese.
Remember where I was that day, not only the 11th, but the day after that. And
what we're doing is
here's the man Mark Dice, and
so many people
putting the man on the street bid where he goes around asking questions. It's really cheesy what it is. People really
for the economy. So we're just going to ban
when I served as director of the
physical gold coins for the citizens and get that money back into Fort Knox and into the government's hands where it belongs. So, thank you for supporting banning gold coins. A lot of these people are hoarding their gold coins, and we just are going to make them cash them in, and that will stimulate the economy and put the gold back in the Federal Reserve vaults. And birth date to ban the possession of physical gold coins. You don't need your gold coins. The government needs the gold. And so we've done this before, and we're going to do it again. Thank you so much for supporting that. What is wrong with these people? Obama wants us to cash in our gold, have a cash for gold program to stimulate the economy. And we just want to show support for that. Just in the past, we had a mandatory cash for gold program. We're going to ban the possession of gold. You don't need your gold coins. So thanks for supporting the banning of gold coins.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just trying.
People don't need to have gold coins in their possession. That should be in Fort Knox and in the Federal Reserve.
And then high-tech crime fighting, how South Bay Police Department plans to pinpoint crime before it happens.
Thanks for supporting Obama.
The Golden Show.
And it's part of Obama's economic.
The Golden Show. Golden.
Sorry. Hey. Okay. Will you help us ban? We're going to ban the hoarding of gold coins. It's hurting the economy.
Anything in the world to drink. But when you choose water, you truly are choosing the first thing you can for
Western edition of the broadcast. The deal came together quickly.
The
implementation will not. The U.S. and Russia say they have an agreement that will avert American airstrikes by removing or destroying all chemical weapons in Syria. The deadline, the middle of next year. In the meantime, the Pentagon is keeping the same level of forces in the region, and the U.S. will continue arming the opposition.
And so you had in Brooklyn, in the Bushwick-Williamsburg area, Antonio Reynoso, a young progressive Latino who beat an old guard, part of boss, Vito Lopez, who ruled central North Brooklyn for years, and had people like the first Mexican-American, looks like to be in city council.
How can they go? Two men in Michigan shot at each other in a road rage-fueled gun battle. Witnesses say one driver got upset and the other was following too closely, so they pulled into a parking lot, and that's when the second car followed, and that is when angry words turned into deadly actions.
A confrontation took place outside the vehicle, and handguns were eventually drawn and shots were exchanged. Both of the subjects held valid concealed pistol licenses.
Both men were shot and killed. Police are not saying who fired the first shot, but witnesses say the driver who was tailgating fired first.
Meanwhile, Margaret, Secretary Kerry is not coming home now. What's next for him?
Secretary Kerry will leave Geneva on Sunday. He'll travel.
If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or if you have any allergic reactions such as rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis without medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a 30-tablet free trial.
You better love Baby Recorder Tapes. I can't totally not.
Guess what? When this is over, whatever it looks like when it's over,
you just take my taste buds to the
and Al-Qaeda knows who
TPA,
they are.
Unfortunately, though, was silent on what happens after
So I think what the commissioner is talking about is the dynamic of the threat
today. You don't have 5 years. And we have way more people who are out of scope with that than we should have. So we've got to change the system, fix it, take advantage of technology so we are enabled to evaluate people.
With greater cooperation and understanding between nations, we will begin to responsibly leave Iraq to its people and forge a hard-earned peace in Afghanistan.
Hello, everybody!
And we certainly have developed capabilities to locate our adversaries, to enable us to reach into their sanctuaries, observe, collect, and extract their plans and intent. We found UBL, we found Iraqi, we've worked to dismantle the infrastructures around them. And now we're doing activity-based intelligence via the
why would the UN not
cross-agency advanced campaign.
That's a good idea. Why don't we go bomb the runway? Why doesn't the UN? No soldiers involved. Nobody's being killed. You're just blowing up land. Why doesn't the UN go?
Briefly on, in case you haven't been reading the newspapers lately,
an organization
three current subjects.
In my estimation, in many ways, is a waste of taxpayers' dollars. Right now, the UN is in there ascertaining whether this would...
So we're just about out of here, everybody. I'm actually going to end it a couple minutes later.
The obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Don't be so shy over there, Flipper!
Radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all
Robin, that ain't good down there in one of them catacombs.
Everybody deserves their mac and cheese.
Baby Recorder, you did your thing today.
Don't make no sense, everybody.
Yeah, AT&T, fuck you. Hashtag all vamp agencies and vampires. Stay golden, everybody.
Yeah,
talking about? All that talking like this, like that.
Conversation.
A 19-year-old Eric finishing high school in Minneapolis decides to spend a year in school in a South Korean city where students study through much of the night, then fall asleep in class.
In Korean high school, home and school intersect constantly. If you're at home, you study and you sleep. If you're at school, you're studying.
Peace, everybody.
Kim, a 15-year-old in rural